Well, Kentucky Oaks points are on the line at Santa Anita on Sunday when a field of freshly turned 3-year-old fillies travel 7 furlongs in the Grade 3 Santa Ynez Stakes. Andrew Brown with you alongside Nick Tammaro to break down the race. But Nick, before we do that, plenty of storylines coming out of what was an incredible opening day at Santa Anita, including Tabor's push for 3-year-old of the year honours after his win in the Malibu. Twitter is abuzz with discussion. Does Tabor get your vote?
No, my vote's with Epicenter. I'm going to remain consistent, and with all due respect, of course, to Taba, who looks like a terrific horse and does have the 3 grade ones. I'm not moved by the grade that is independently assigned to a race. I want to look at those individual races on a yearly basis, and so I think Epicenter's body of work is a little bit better. I also am partial to anybody in this division that does some of their best work in the first half of the year and runs well in the Triple Crown races. So Epicenter does checks all the boxes for me, and I think that really compelling win in the Travers is what certainly put me over the top. I'd love to have seen them at full strength face each other one more time, but that didn't happen, unfortunately, with the Breeders' Cup Classic. Luckily, Epicenter came out of it okay, and we'll get to see Taba in 2023, where it looks like every objective is on the table.
Yeah, we will indeed. Looking forward to that. And we'll talk about modern games in another conversation as well. All right, let's chat 3-year-old fillies now, the new crop, and check out the field for Sunday Santa Ynez. Just 7 to line up. Bob Baffert, who trained 5 winners on opening day, has 3 contenders. What's your speed map look like here, Nick?
It looks like, unsurprisingly, Baffert will hold a lot of the keys to the pace of this race. And, when they ran the Santa Ynez, which is a race that we're going to talk about, which was won by Justique, Parity is the one who showed the most speed. And I didn't necessarily expect that. So I guess I'm looking for Parity to show some speed again, but I wonder if there might be more of an attempt to use Fast and Shiny or Hunting Coco early. Hunting Coco really had no speed at all. I did get into a little traffic trouble in upper stretch, but really she had shown no speed up to that point. So I think the answer is that one of the Bafferts is going to get the lead, and I imagine one of the other 2 will be in close proximity, as will Lilliput, and they'll all be bracing for that late run coming from the favorite.
Yeah, right. Well, as you mentioned, there's plenty of wraps on the John Sheriff's trainee Justique, especially after she bounced back from a somewhat disappointing second start in the Grade 2 Chandelier at Santa Anita with that ultra impressive win in the Santa Ynez at Del Mar last time out. What did you make of that performance, Nick? And is the daughter of Justify the one to beat here?
She's the one to beat. I want to make sure I articulate myself properly on this horse, because I've said a few negative things about her on social media, and it's nothing against her or her connections. I think she's a very, very nice filly. I think this is exactly what she wants to do. I think 7/8 around 1 turn is her game. She is obviously a big, late running, loping type of closer, and those kind of horses usually need a lot of pace to run at, and they need to make sure that nothing's in their path. And she really got an excellent trip last time, going wide around the turn. That was a particular day at Del Mar where you wanted to be nowhere near the rail. So I thought she got the best of it. I think that the filly that she is, as far as this race goes, she's clearly the one to beat. She's a deserving favorite, in large part because I think the competition is still not quite at a level that you'd want to see in order to beat her. But from a bettor's perspective, I mean, there are alternatives to her, and you're just going to get so much value based on how enamored with her the public is.
Yeah, so I mentioned Bob Baffert's 5-win haul on opening day. He's looking for his 4th straight win in this race, and he's got nearly half the field. What do you make of his trio? Who do you think is his best chance of victory here?
So the interesting thing about Baffert's trio is that I don't think any of them will be the top 3 choices. And I think you'd expect his horses to be backed a little bit more than that. It looks to me like, of the 3, I would imagine that Parity would probably be the most backed, having gone off 5-2 in that aforementioned Santa Ynez. But I guess the best of the chances, in my opinion, and this is looking at it, trying to be as objective as possible, I guess, is Hunting Coco. I don't particularly love any of these 3, and I do think there's maybe a little element of Hunting Coco getting more involved early with Johnny Velasquez, getting on board. Maybe Fast and Shiny on the cutback gets a little bit interesting. These are horses that I think you have to kind of manufacture a case for, which isn't always the case with Baffert runners.
It doesn't sound like we've heard your top selection yet. It's not Justique, and it's none of the Baffert runners.
It is not. I will not be a chalk eating dog to start the new year. I've never been one. I'm going to go with Lily Poo, who's the 3 in this race, who is new to the care of Michael McCarthy. Lily Poo 2 starts back, ran second to Faiza, who came back and won the Starlet, ran very well, very game in victory for Bob Baffert. And then came back and beat a pretty highly regarded Baffert first-time starter named Woody. There was another first-time starter in there for Phil D'Amato, who took a lot of money. It was the opener on December 2nd up at down at Del Mar. And this daughter of Tapiture was purchased privately out of there by Eclipse Thoroughbred Partners, now in the care of Michael McCarthy. Just a little bit of an upside play, Brownie. I think this filly still has a forward move or two in her, and I think that the 7/8 might be exactly what's perfect. I also think she'll get a really good trip and could potentially outfoot a horse like Justique, who's going to be making that big late run in the closing stages. She might just get herself into a better spot earlier.
All right. Well, I am going to be a chalk eating dog. I'm going to push the chips in with Justique. Hopefully we'll get even money, maybe shades of odds on. We'll see what happens. I noticed she's worked 4 times since the Santa Ynez, including 5 furlongs in 101 last Sunday. She'll be fit and ready to go. Going to try and catch some value with Lily Poo and an exacta who's been consistent, as Nick mentioned, in her 3 lifetime starts for Michael McCarthy and continues to improve. Nick, as always, thank you very much and Happy New Year to you.
Same to you, my friend. Good luck to everybody out there.
And you can catch all of Nick's selections for each and every race at Santa Anita in the Twin Spires app or desktop. They are his expert picks, video selections. Happy New Year to all of you out there watching, and may 2023 be filled with plenty of winners. Good luck.